If you're looking for a neighborhood here in the Atlanta area where you can find some adorable bungalows like this and you don't have to pay a fortune, plus you can walk to some places to eat, well, one place you might want to consider is the historic College Park area. That's what I'm going to tell you about today. We're going to walk around, see some home examples, see what there is to do, and see if it's a place that you may like to live, or maybe you don't like to live, but I think you might like it. So stick around, we're getting right into it. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Molly. Welcome back to my channel where I talk all things living here in the Atlanta area. And today we're going to hit up historic College Park. A couple of you messaged me and said, hey, can you do a video on historic College Park? Well, yes, I can. Now, historic College Park is in the city of College Park. There is a little bit of a difference. Historic College Park basically covers kind of the northern end of the city. If you get further into the southern part of the College Park area, it's probably not as charming as this northern area. So I'm just going to stick with the historic College Park area today because I am a little short on time, but there's a lot of cute things in this area, including the homes. But first, let me put College Park on the map so you can see where it is located. This is its own city, south of the city of Atlanta area. It is very close to the airport, so if you work over at Delta or they have the headquarters of Chick-fil-A down here, you have a very short commute to work. But if you are wanting to get into the city, it's about a 20-minute drive into the downtown area and 30 minutes up to Buckhead. But of course, add on some extra time if it's during those peak travel times. Okay, first of all, before I get into talking about some of the typical streets you're gonna find here and the cute homes, let me just walk up the block. I'm walking on Rugby Avenue and I'm gonna round the corner onto Main Street, and there is a little collection of places you can eat right here in the historic College Park neighborhood. Super cute, but I will say you'll find a lot of cars that will be parked along Rugby Avenue because they are parking to go eat at these places. So come along, let's go check it out. Cute little eateries, right? Now, if you just kept going north about a couple of miles on Main Street, you would hit the downtown East Point area. It's very close by. And if you went the south on Main Street, you'll hit the main downtown area of College Park. More on that to come. But I just crossed over the railroad tracks because there is something very significant just a little ways from those restaurants, and that is a private school that is very, very popular here in Atlanta. Literally, parents will ship their kids from Buckhead, North Decatur area. So I want to show you that real quick just so you could get a peek of it, and we'll talk about schools while I'm getting a couple shots of this school. So I just wanted to give you a glimpse of the Woodward Academy. This is a private school. It goes from K through 12th grade. They have secondary school here. Primary school is actually on the other side of the railroad tracks down by the park, but this is a very popular private school. It's actually one of the largest private schools in the continental United States, which I thought that was pretty fascinating. But like I said, there will be parents that have kids in the Buckhead area, Decatur. My husband works with a lady who had their kids ride a bus down to the Woodward Academy because they liked this school so much. So it is a private school. It does cost a pretty penny, but everyone I know that goes to it loves it. So, you know, if you are not looking into private schools and you're wondering what are the public schools here in the College Park area or the historic College Park area, that's going to be College Park Elementary, Woodland Middle School, and either Banneker or Tri-Cities High School. So there you go, those are your schools. Now I will say they do not get the best rankings online. As always, do your research to see if these schools would fit your needs. And speaking of Tri-Cities, that's one thing I should point out about the College Park area. It is known as one of the Tri-Cities. You've got Hapeville, East Point, and College Park. They make up basically a triangle on the map, and these are all very, very close to the airports. That's why I say, you know, if you work over at Delta and you want a very short commute to work, historic College Park in particular would be a great spot to land, because you can get that small community cute feel, and you are right there by the airport. And like I said, the prices are a lot more reasonable here than they would be further into the city. Okay, you may be asking, okay, since we are so close to the airport, do you hear the airport noise? Right here in this part of historic College Park, I do not, but I think if you go a little further south, it does get louder. And obviously the price point goes down the closer you get to the airport. Okay, so now that you've seen a little bit of the historic College Park area, let's talk about the prices. So what can you expect to pay to live in this neighborhood? Well, the average price for historic College Park is $521,000. Now, if you look into the whole city of College Park, the average price point is $406,000. So you can see that if you're living in this section of the College Park area, it's going to cost you a little bit more. But I would say you can still find homes here on the smaller side in the $400K price range. And they can go up to as high as like $900K, but that's going to get you like 4,000 square feet, a really big home. If you can go a little smaller, you know, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, or a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, you can still find some in that mid 300K price point. Now, you're not going to find many condos here, nor are you going to find many townhomes. There is one townhome complex village, but it's really just kind of one, and otherwise you're going to just find single family homes. But I'm going to keep walking, and we're going to show you a couple home examples and hit one of the parks that's here in the historic College Park area. Now, this is just a general example behind me. This is a 3-2, just over 1,700 square feet, sold for $485,000, and it's fully renovated, has the shaker style cabinets in the kitchen, quartz countertops, all of that. So that's an example of what you can find in this sweet, sweet neighborhood. I'm going to keep on walking and head over to the park. Y'all, I am crushing over some of these adorable homes that I'm just walking by, but I wanted to point out I am on Walker Avenue right now, and across from me, this is the Woodward Academy, the primary school, and then on the just across the street, you have the Barrett Park. It's a beautiful park. You can see there's some tennis courts, there's some playground equipment, so just a beautiful park to come and hang out at. And you know, I will say I remember showing a home in the Buckhead area, and the listing agent had told me that the seller was actually moving and buying a home in the historic College Park area because their kids were going to Woodward, and so they wanted to live close to the school. And my goodness, if you're selling a home in the Buckhead area, I mean, minimum you're probably selling it for $1 million. And here you can buy just a cute home, you know, on the higher end, 800, 900K, or, you know, 500, 600K. So you definitely get a lot more for your money out here. You get all of the charm. You can see why some people are leaving the city and coming to some of these smaller areas where you can get just as good of a charming neighborhood and you do not have to spend quite as much. But let me show you a few shots of this Barrett Park. Now, if old charming homes is not your style or your thing, don't worry. In the historic College Park area, there are some newer builds like the couple here that are right behind me. Of course, they're probably going to cost you a little bit more because these are pretty big homes, but like I said, if you move this home into the city of Atlanta, it would cost you probably double. Now, one thing that I think College Park gets stigmatized for is everyone says, oh, the crime rate is really high. Well, I thought that way too, but I will say, while it's not perfect, I would say historic College Park is way nicer than I really imagined. It's a really nice, comfortable area to be walking around in. Now, I'm sure at this College Park as a whole, now that, you know, there might be a little bit more crime, but I had read that some of the crime rates in the College Park city has come down. So while it's not perfect, it has come down. So take it for what it is and you can make up your own opinion. But yeah, I am just walking out here by myself here in the historic College Park area. I've seen a great collection of people here, and it's just been a very quiet, nice neighborhood. Now check out this lot behind me. You just don't find that in the city very often for a good price anyway. But speaking of finding homes, you know, that is one thing that I specialize in here in the city, in particular in Atlanta. If you need help with your future home search, make sure you reach out to me. All my contact information is down in the comments section. Just reach out to me however you want to and are the most comfortable with. We can set up a time to have a chat and see how I can help you out find a great place here to live in the Atlanta area. But I want to come up on one home here that if your budget's on kind of that lower end, there still are homes here in the historic College Park, like I said, that you can get that will be probably on the smaller side or might be a little quirky. Now, fixer-uppers, those are going to be in the high twos. You know, obviously if it's a bigger home, it could cost you a little bit more, but the home I wanted to point out here is right behind me. This is a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, just over 2,000 square feet. So really large. It's a little bit quirky, kind of got the original kitchen cabinets that have been painted over. It does have the original hardwoods. It has some closed off rooms, but sold for $366,000 roughly. It looks like they're getting some waterproofing done. I am filming this about a week after Hurricane Helene came through. Luckily, Atlanta was pretty much spared except for some certain parts where there was some flooding. But yeah, a lot of people got some water in their crawl spaces. So I imagine all of those waterproofing companies are really busy right now. Now to give you an example of something a little bit on the higher pricier side, it's right behind me. This is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, just over 3,100 square feet, sold for $740,000. It's very nicely updated, has hardwoods throughout, marble countertop in the kitchen, just a lovely floor plan. And of course there's someone leaf blowing right when I'm trying to talk. That's just how it goes, you guys. One neighborhood gym is this Manchester Arms. This is like a British style pub with pints and some good pub fare food. It's right here off of the corner of Virginia Avenue and Lee Street. So there you go. Now, if you're wondering about grocery stores here in the historic College Park area, that's one thing that I think we're lacking on. Okay, so the main store would be this grocery store called Eden Fresh. It used to be called Wayfield Foods, but that's kind of like your one grocery store that's right here in the neighborhood, but it is kind of going to be limited. It's not going to be like your Publix that you're used to seeing or your Kroger. You can get up to a Kroger, but you're going to have to go up to East Point, and there you could get also a Walmart. But I will say those locations are not my favorite for grocery shopping. They're just a little bit more worn down. Okay, now let me go before I run out of time. I will hit up the downtown area of the city of College Park just so you can see what that is like, because it's just a mile or so away. Okay, so just about a half a mile south of the historic College Park shops and eateries is the downtown College Park area. So I want to show you this real quick because it is cute. It's got a lot of restaurants. You can see behind me an airplane going by, about to land. So yes, we are right by the airport. You're going to hear planes, you're going to hear cars, you're going to hear trains, you're going to hear the MARTA station, and there is a MARTA station right here in the downtown area off of Main Street here in the city of College Park. So let me show you around real quick and we'll go from there. Downtown College Park is cute, right? Now let me give you a quick pros and cons list of historic College Park. Now on my pro side, I would definitely say it's a very charming neighborhood, very cute. There are a few restaurants that you can walk to. The prices are definitely much better than living in the city of Atlanta. So if you're wanting your dollar to go a little bit further for just as nice of a house, historic College Park is a great option. And also you have easy access to transportation. You have I-85 right next door. You've got the airport in your backyard, and you have a MARTA station. Now, as far as cons of historic College Park, now I would say the public schools are, not as strong as other areas of town. It does lack good grocery stores nearby. You have to go a little further for that. And you're going to hear a little bit of airplane noise, but I will say it is definitely not as bad as when you are here in the downtown College Park area. But you guys, thanks for joining me today on this tour of historic College Park. I hope it was helpful for you. As I always say, if you're thinking about making a move tomorrow or next year, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Do not be shy. I am always here to help you figure out where to live here in the big city of Atlanta. But you guys, it's been an unusually warm fall day, but thanks for hanging with me. If you see me out in the wild, make sure you say hello. I would love to run into you and say thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. But until next time, you guys, I'll see you around the neighborhood.